Hello again, and welcome to Thread Sketching in Action number 63, Pink Magnolia. I'm Deborah Wirsu of deborahwirsu.com. To prepare this design for thread painting, the outline was worked first in a thread that toned with the white background, followed by some touches of painted colour for added depth underneath the stitching. Then began the process of building up the layers of thread painted colour, all worked in my favourite zigzag stitch. Having just returned from a wonderful trip to Europe where I started work on a travel-inspired series of thread paintings, this work, too, was inspired by my trip, even though it may not appear so. When travelling, I'm always on the lookout for new inspiration. This can come in many forms: flowers, landscapes, buildings, people, and designs such as mosaic tile floors in museums, and so on. But the inspiration for this piece struck me in an unexpected fashion. I was sitting in a cafe enjoying a cuppa with my family when my eyes were drawn to the enormous paintings of flowers on the walls of the cafe. A number of different flowers were featured, including magnolias. After arriving home a couple of days ago, I took to my sketchbook to create this little magnolia design. Drawing with a black pen, I was forced to simplify my ideas and break the mental imagery to simple outlines and shading. This is then what I've attempted to replicate with thread painting. Adding some hand-painted colour before stitching gave the design a kick-start, upon which I built up layers of colour in thread, working from light to dark threads, then back to light again. I do this to create a rich complexity of colour and depth of shading. This was not a design for flat blocks of colour. After working the flowers, the stems and buds were worked in, followed by some simple free motion stitching in the background to finish the piece off. I don't always stitch into the background with my thread painted and thread sketched pictures, but as this design was built on a piece of plain white fabric, I felt there was a need for a textural element in the background. Having initially struggled to find an idea, as my head is still a bit jet-lagged, the idea for this piece came to me suddenly, and I'm quite pleased with the result. To stay in touch with my tips and tutorials, or enrol in an online workshop, please join my Studio News mailing list and claim your free ebook, 10 Tips for Successful Creative Thread Sketching. You'll find this at www.deborahwirsu.com/mailing list. Thanks for watching, and I look forward, as always, to your company again next time. Until then, just keep stitching. Bye for now.